UFC President Dana White. Dana, this is the first one for me, an interview from the airport, actually, my plane is boarding behind me, actually, to head to Phoenix to go out for UFC 274. So
I love it. You're a savage.
That's how we got to get it done at the Underground. You know about that. Talk to me about this, man. I mean, this main event, we know exactly what Charles Oliveira does. We know exactly what Justin Gaethje does, and yet I have zero idea who's going to win this fight, man. How excited are you for this? It's just an absolutely fantastic headliner.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the headliner. The whole main card is fun as hell. The main, the co-main. Then you got Chandler and Ferguson. You got Shogun, who's never in a bad fight against OSP. And then, Cowboy, Cerrone, and Lausanne, who together probably have more bonuses than the entire roster put together.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think it's going to be exciting start to finish. You mentioned that Chandler-Ferguson fight. That seems to be the one that everybody's keyed in outside of the title fights. But I wonder for you, is it more of a must-win situation for either of these guys? I mean, Chandler's had some great performances, but 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Tony Ferguson, I think a lot of people are saying, is his best days behind him? Can he still be at an elite level? Do you feel like this is more of a must-win type situation for either guy?
Well, you're still talking about number 5 versus number 7 in the nastiest division in the sport. So, if you look at who they've lost to, it's all the best in the world. And these guys always bring it. They always come to fight. No, nobody's fighting for their life in this one.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. What about Cowboy and Lausanne as well? I mean, two of the guys that are both kind of teasing a little bit that maybe it's going to be their last fight. Have they given you any insight as to like, hey, this is it for us?
They're a different story. That one should be, the loser probably packs it up and rides off into the sunset. That I would agree with.
Yeah, they both had some fantastic careers. Hopefully they go out on a high note, 100%. Whichever way it goes. Hey, I want to ask you about, speaking of some nasty stuff going on, Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal, that whole situation is playing out pretty crazy down in Florida. Just wanted to get your thoughts, right? I mean, Jorge clearly broke the law, but a lot of people are saying, well, Colby started all this and he made this all happen and they fought, and this is just a continuation of what was happening on Fight Week. So what's your take on all of this, and does the UFC have to get involved at all?
That can't happen. There can't be a continuation of what happened on Fight Week. But I said it before, and I'll say it again. Is anybody really shocked? The stuff that Colby said, Colby had to know that Masvidal was going to pop up somewhere, sometime, and do it. And yes, you're right. He broke the law, and I'm assuming he's in a lot of trouble, and he's probably going to get sued.
Does the UFC do anything on top of that, or do you just let the legal system play out and handle it?
What do I do? Yeah. What? He assaulted the guy out in the street. What's that guy? What am I going to go fucking arrest him? What am I going to do?
Well, I didn't know if you might say, hey, you do something like this, we don't book you for a year or something like that. No. I mean, can you ever take steps like that?
He's going to have some problems for at least a year. So he's going to have his own issues legally with the law. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I did want to ask you about Kamaru Usman in the welterweight division while we're talking about it. He keeps talking about boxing Canelo Alvarez. He's talking about it. He's tweeting about it. What are your thoughts when you see this? And I mean, do you have any interest in this at all?
What's the quote? Who is it?
With Kamaru Usman and talking about boxing Canelo, and he just keeps pushing that he really wants to box Canelo. I know. And I love Kamaru Usman, but I'm kind of with you on this. I love him, and I think he's an amazing athlete and pound for pound great. But
he's the best. I don't know. He's the greatest welterweight of all time. He's the pound for pound best fighter in the world. He's a stud. Stay away from Canelo.
But, yeah, I agree.
This whole boxing thing, with these guys, Tyson Fury's one of the best heavyweights of all time. The best heavyweights in the world can't stand with this guy and fight him. Canelo Alvarez, I think he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world in boxing. Nobody can beat him in boxing. Stop, guys. Stop.
Does it make you feel like you messed up back in the day, putting together Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather? You maybe helped open the door for people to think this is the way to go?
Well, there's no doubt about it that it did, but they're totally different. What you have to understand is when that fight happened, everybody was going fucking crazy over that fight. People were everywhere I went. It's all people talked about. The media, the fans, everybody wanted to see it. You know what I mean? Nobody's knocking any doors down for any of these fights. I get it. These guys all want to get out there and try it and do it. But it's not even remotely close to being the same.
So with Francis, he's in the ring with Tyson Fury. Seems like he really wants to make this happen. Would you want to be involved in that at all? I mean, it does seem like something you guys could help promote and make some money if they're insistent on doing it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what we do here? We put the absolute best against the best. What I want to do is Francis versus Jon Jones, or Francis versus Stipe, or, Jon Jones versus Stipe, or the best against the best is what we do.
I agree. Jon Jones, Stipe seems like a best against the best fight, as you said. Are we any closer to making that happen? Jon said he's going to wait till September or so for Stipe. Are we any closer to making that fight happen?
That's what we're working on.
Nice. Is September, is that the right time frame as well?
I don't know yet. That's all going to depend on Stipe.
Right. Interim title fight makes sense, right? Is it an interim belt?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about any of that stuff yet. I got to see what's going on, make the fight, and we'll figure that out later.
Nice. The other two guys that are chirping at each other, Nate Diaz, Dustin Poirier. Any progress there? It seems like they keep saying. It seems like they want to fight. I don't know. That seems like a fun fight to me? Are we any closer to making that fight?
Probably not. No.
Oh, not gonna happen.
Well, I don't know if it's going to happen, but no, we haven't yet. No, we haven't done anything.
Do we have anything for International Fight Week yet? I have a couple people, fans, ask me they want to come out to Vegas, but we don't have a main event yet for International Fight Week. Do we have that ready to announce?
Did we not announce? No, we're not ready to announce that yet.
All right. Well, listen, I got to go jump on a plane. I'm sure I'll see you again out in Phoenix. Maybe we'll be ready to make some announcements then.
I'm done with you. I'm sitting in the fucking airport and you're giving me nothing here.
Give me something. Come on, man. Hey, no, less than UFC 274. UFC 274 Saturday night. I guess the last thing. Any tickets to sell, or is it just pushing the pay-per-view right now?
Yeah, it's going to be a sellout. I don't know if it's totally sold out yet. I'm sure there's some tickets, but it's a sellout.
Awesome. All right,
Dana.
This
will be like our 13th, right? 15th sellout in a row.
Not bad. The success keeps going. All right, Dana, I appreciate the time. I'm going to go jump on a plane. I'll see you out in Phoenix.
All right, buddy. I'll see you in Phoenix.